I find that the ideologies of individuals collectively shape the culture of the society. These ideologies are reflected in the very architecture of cities. For example, the ideology that the universe is so big that our actions mean nothing and that our lives are meaningless creates people who have little regard for the environment or for other people. This ideology, in combination with "you only live once," creates the culture of selfishness and greed. To be selfish and full of greed is to have little to no regard for plants, animals, and life beyond your own. And it is these type of people who run the current world. If you have a society consisted of people who believe that humans are more intelligent than all other life forms, you will have a species inhabiting cities designed without the consideration of the natural world. You will find that every society that believes that God is a he suppresses their women. In fact, our society didn't even have rights for our women until 80 years ago? I mean, not even 60 years ago. Our society was foolish enough to believe that people with dark skin were another race altogether. Some people still think in these terms. It is this way of thinking that disassociates itself with science. It disassociates itself with fucking logic. It is these ideologies that are the cancer to the human spirit.
It's very hard for a traditional person to step out of their tradition and investigate with the means that they never had. If you don't have the background to investigate, you don't know what to check with. You check with another metaphysician, and he's bound to sing your song. So you say, I agree completely with you. You don't say, do you have evidence to support that point of view? And if you don't know what the cause is, the greatest thing you can do is say, I don't know. I'm going to try to look into it. People are not that precise in their language. Say, what do you want? I want access to the necessities of life. They can't say that. They've never been taught that. They've been taught a roundabout way of talking about things. You have to be, this is what you must use, ruthlessly honest. Otherwise you can't make it.
There are many ideological cancers that have infected the species. The monetary system. This pursuit of profit has corrupted what it is to be a human being. All who have been tainted by the monetary system has had their entire lives essentially taken away from them. For what it is to be a human being is to be free, thriving in a limitless world filled with limitless possibilities, with no divisions, with no borders, and no boundaries. So why do we not live in a world that reflects the limitless nature of the universe? Human trafficking, genocide, child slavery, pedophilia, exploitation, war, deforestation, pollution, and prostitution are the result of a species with amnesia. One that is tainted by the monetary systems of the world. Monetary systems that have divided the world and individualized the people. A species with amnesia is a species that has forgotten the truth about the nature of reality, and it would be so easy to undo the atrocities that are being committed as we speak. All it takes is for each one of you to self-educate, study the sciences of the world, return to your roots by unlocking the part of yourself that has remained dormant since you left your childhood, by unlocking the part of yourself that has been dormant since the end of the last ice age. Psychedelics may very well be the key to unlocking the mind. Ayahuasca could be the catalyst of change for the people of the world. People who go through a successful session say it is by far the most transformative experience one could ever have in their life. The fact that ayahuasca has been reaching out to the Western world in a time where the Amazon is being cut down as we speak just shows that now is the time to integrate our young Western countries with the old traditions of the people who were here before us, our ancestors. Combining the science of the technological world with the spirituality of the Native Americans will result in the fruition of a truly free society. However, it all starts with each individual. Each one of us together allows the system that we were born into to continue to exist as it is. You were told by your parents to believe in this religion or that ideology. You were conditioned by your surroundings to accept blindly that the money that we use is a real thing with value, and that you were conditioned by the society into believing that one's worth is determined by statistics, credentials, and material wealth. All of these ideologies are lies. If enough individuals undergo this process of self-actualization, we will reach a critical mass, and the very fabric of our society will change. It is the culture of the people that shapes the society. Realizing our true purpose will render the monetary system obsolete. It will render war obsolete, competition will diminish, and the only thing that will be left is an undivided species who views one another as part of a larger whole. This in turn will affect the entire political structure. Political systems and military complexes are all run by people like you and I, with hearts and minds. A paradigm shift such as the one I'm outlining will occur almost instantaneously when a critical mass is reached, when enough people undergo self-actualization and realize what we are. Looking at the evolutionary timeline of humanity, we can see how our advancements have been increasing in a more rapid rate. We have the technology to communicate ideas in an instant. This will be the conduit for our evolution. Each one of us takes part in the collective evolution of mankind. A plan will be set into motion. A multi-generational plan to reconstruct our civilizations into a reflection of the nature of reality, much like our ancestors did long before.
In your society, there are no mayors of cities.
There are no mayors, there are no politicians, and you don't have to fill out any forms to go to the art center or music center, and you go to a university whether you can afford it or not.